Hey everyone, Maurice from Los Angeles, and we are talking about making a better productive practice out of the limited time we all have to do this. So, we've all been in that situation, I'm sure, and it can be frustrating if you are, mentally moving at a faster pace than the project is. But I always thought conversation was good. Talk about it and talk about what you want to get accomplished. When I was in my 20s and we had, that one group that was the main thing you did, it was a hang too. And there would be days where you'd like get your set down, and there'd be days where you're just jamming or goofing off or not even getting the music sometimes. So I don't look back on those times as negative, and they were definitely, brotherhood or bonding kind of sessions, which were important too, considering the road ahead for us, which was, a lot of dates and living in a van and that kind of stuff. But the productivity of practice kind of reflected on about how much work you got to. So we had to remind everybody when that push dropped down that we had to kind of get back on our business and make sure that we weren't losing jobs to competition and staying fresh and making sure we entertain people. So I hope that helps. Probably pretty common sense, but we will see you guys next week, and everyone stay well, stay groovy. Take care. Bye.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Corradetti coming to you from Sarasota, Florida, in my humble abode and home studio. This week's question was really interesting. Something about, what to do at a rehearsal and all that kind of thing. Well, I think the best thing one could do would be to prepare for the rehearsal. Know your parts, learn the songs, and rehearsal is a place where you can, obviously enjoy your, fellow players and bandmates and such. But definitely know your parts and real well. And have a great time. Enjoy it. Enjoy the people and enjoy the friendship and camaraderie that comes along with playing in a band. But definitely know what you're doing. Don't show up to rehearsal and not know what you're going to play. Unless it's some kind of a Space Jam or something. But by and large, that's probably the best thing to do. As you get older, your time is a little bit more at a premium. And people tend to get a little upset if you don't know what you're doing, because if everyone else did it and you didn't, it doesn't look good. So definitely know your parts and just be able to fly through it and spend the time enjoying playing. Practice is at home. Practice isn't meant for rehearsal time and that kind of thing. So definitely think about that. And have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. This week's question I'm taking extremely seriously, and my answer is going to be rather frank and a little stark even. Lee Sklar said, "You're a professional. You treat your job like a profession." And I have the greatest job in the world. I get to make music and earn my living doing it. But that does not mean that I'm playing around and just having fun all the time. If you have the drive and determination to make your passion your profession, you absolutely must take it seriously. Being a professional musician is an uphill battle the whole way. People are going to always be throwing things at you. And you have to take it seriously and put yourself in a situation with like-minded individuals. When you arrive for a rehearsal, you have to know your material. A friend of mine said, "You never practice during a rehearsal and you never rehearse on stage." If you're having difficulty with your bandmates in a rehearsal, getting the material down and taking it seriously, my first piece of advice would be look for another band. It is too easy to get lost in this and be, forgotten or overlooked. You have to take your job seriously, and you have to be with people who are also going to take it seriously. There's no other profession in the world that would allow you to arrive at your job drunk or high, or to be lazy, not know what you're doing. You have to just hold yourself accountable. And in addition to holding yourself accountable, you have to also hold your bandmates to the same standard. Take this seriously. If they're not, don't be rude, don't be unkind, just find your exit. And keep pushing yourself to be the best musician you can possibly be. And keep putting yourself out there and looking for other musicians. They're there. I'm committed. You'll never hear that I've given up music for a day job. That's just never going to be a thing. I'm committed to this for life, but I'm taking it extremely seriously. And you have to do that if you have any desire to succeed. So be straight with everyone. When you start a band and you set up time for rehearsal, you're going to enjoy it. That's a given. You have to put the work in to get to the level where you can enjoy it. So that's my response, and I hope that it was helpful, and I look forward to next week's question. You guys be safe, and I'll see you down the road.
So this is a good question. Keeping a band, especially a new band that's just together, putting together a set list, keeping motivated so there's no wasting time, people take it seriously. The best advice I ever got was growing up in Chico, California. I was surrounded with some of the best bands. Greg Scott Band, Breakaway, there's just too many to mention. And they all gave the same advice to me as a young player. When you get a band together, book a gig. When you book a gig, there's a deadline, and people have a tendency to take it more seriously. We'd also break it up into sets. Like if you're doing cover tunes and you have to come up with, multiple hours of music, then yeah, just break, like say, okay, this week we're working on set 1. So everyone's focused, everyone's working on the same material. But that's my big advice. Simply enough, just book a gig. Even if it's a free gig, a backyard gig, just something on the calendar that keeps everyone focused. And I think you'll see that your productivity and practice will get a lot better. Hey, great question, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good day.